I'm going to explain to you about the dangers of the internet. When people are assaulted, kidnapped, and murdered, that's when it becomes dangerous. So here's the thing I'm going to tell you about the online problem with people who are too trusting. Most people are very honest, and they should be. But the thing is, what a person puts on their Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google Plus, or Snapchat, they are being pretty much honest. But then there's times when you start seeing things of people who get murdered, assaulted, raped, kidnapped, bad things happen. So if you really want to know somebody, you get to know their close friends and associates who know these people. And you mutually agree to meet the person in the real world, not on cyber world. That's where you're getting your mistakes made. Cyber world is where people put all kinds of information about themselves. There's pictures and videos and stuff about their lives and everything else. But you got to be careful, because most people do honestly post pictures of themselves and things like that, things that happen in their life. But when you meet this person, you should never ever meet somebody that you've met online for the first time ever by yourself, or in a place where you don't feel comfortable. You've never been there. You've never met this person. You don't know anything about them. So here's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't meet people like that. If you've met somebody online, ask to talk to one of their friends and speak to one of their friends, and meet in a mutual place like a library, a restaurant, or someplace like that. And even then, you got to be careful, because people have guns, they got weapons. You don't know whether this person's got a friend who's got a gun and they setting you up to do harm to you or even kill you. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's bad out here when you start hearing about people being murdered, shot, kidnapped, and raped, and end up dead. And that's a bad thing, because people do use the internet to hide behind schemes and lies and rumors, and they put all kinds of false information out there to try to lure you to meet them, because either they have good motives or they have bad motives. If they have bad motives, that means the young lady who was just found deceased and dismembered like that, I'm pretty sure her family is very grief-stricken over that. And unfortunately, this is the very thing that people tell themselves, that's not going to happen to me. And it does happen more times than you realize. It does happen to people. And unfortunately, that's the bad part about it. So if your gut instinct tells you this person's trying to meet you in person for the first time, if anybody with good common sense, get your friends and some mutual relatives who you can meet in a restaurant or a library and something like that. If that person objects to that, then that gives you a red flag. Just don't do it. And stop bothering with these dating online services. These dating online chatting services, they're nothing but just a playground for people to use that to lure people. And the other problem is Craigslist and all these places selling these ads online for phones and stuff. Don't bother with these people. Most times you got a lot of criminals with felony convictions, bad criminal histories, and that's just not safe for you to be trying to get a phone or buy something like a car or something like that on Craigslist or anything like that. You're better off going to a realtor, buy it directly from Amazon.com or eBay, or buy it directly from the company online, and that way you save yourself from putting yourself in imminent danger and endangering your safety in your life. So that's my advice about the online problems, about what's the hidden dangers. The other hidden dangers is stalking, harassment, taunting, bullying, sending unwanted messages and emails, and contacting your friends on social media and all that stuff. That's where it's bad. So that's when you have to start looking at, I may have to block this person because this person's continually contacting me. And if you don't want to be contacted like that, that's what you have to be aware of how to do. What to do is how to block these people on social media. And if you don't want to be contacted through your friends or your relatives or your job or wherever you associate with, that's what you have to do. And that's why I'm telling you this, because I see a lot of people making these mistakes, and they might mess around there. Some of these people, they do lose their lives. A lot of people lose their lives. Some people don't. Some people do survive, but they have to admit that they were lured by somebody who was a total stranger. So a total stranger, if you wouldn't meet a total stranger in the real world, why would you meet a total stranger on the internet that you met online in the real world? It just doesn't make any sense. So this is my advice to you. Please don't do it. If somebody's trying to contact you, you just can politely delete their little tweets or whatever, block them. If they keep contacting you through somebody else that you know, then I would say that's stalking, that's bullying, that's harassment. Then it would be a matter for the police department to investigate.